What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast presented by our damn selves.
Yes.
Was it 192? I think. I don't know.
91.
Is it 90?
Yeah, 191.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. 91, 92, 91. Okay, yeah, I'm ahead of myself. I just looked at my damn self, yeah. Presented by our damn selves 191 then, okay? Damn it.
Everything's running together.
That's the whole year running together. Like COVID got us all fucked up. Yeah. Every day feels the same. Damn near.
Yeah. But like looking, it's like January is almost over. So like after 2020 took forever to pass, and now January went by. Like it's like you did that, and then it's like okay, January's almost over already. Like geez. So maybe this is a better sign that maybe 2021 might go better than 2020. I hope.
I don't know, man. Don't count on it. Or the Tom say, don't you believe it? All my Tom and Jerry fans back.
And since we're going there, we could actually kick it off to go in that direction. That this past week, we had some new changes. If you live under a rock, which obviously you haven't, January 20th was the day that we got
transfer of power. Yeah,
we got our 46th president, who is Joseph. I forgot what his middle name is. I know it's R. Biden.
We're doing that.
I forgot what it is. Because I know, like, when I saw it written out, like, on the ballot, it's like, I was like, who the hell? Like, Joseph, you know, had, like, the whole name. You know, you just used to call him Joe.
We'll do, like, we'll steal from Hillary. It's Joseph Rodham Biden.
Rodham? But we don't do all that.
If she didn't get elected, we're going to steal her name.
R. Biden, it had the whole name. But, yes, the transfer of power happened.
Biden-Harris got inaugurated.
Yes, and it was a historic moment that some people unfortunately overshadow with making Trump references, because I don't know about you, but a lot of my timeline was just
I had to stay off of Facebook and the gram. There's too much
right.
Trump. Like he says, too much Trump.
And I was like, why are you guys?
I was like, he's gone. Like, why are you still talking about him?
Right.
And so the media is like, Trump ain't going away no time soon. Not in the media. It's like, yeah, he might be out of the White House and like he off social media, but he ain't going away no time soon.
He's going away.
Every day, like since the 20th, I've heard his name mentioned somewhere, whether it's on social media, whether it's on CNN. It's like, why are you still talking about this dude?
Why are you so obsessed with him?
I said, especially as black folks, I don't want to hear you ever say his name again. It's like, yeah, it's over. It's like, yeah, you should focus on, okay, like, let's Biden-Harris, like, let's get this black agenda done. That's what black people should be talking about right now. It's like,
August 1st, and then let's see what y'all going to do. Let's see what you're going to do. Let's look at
why are you still talking about Trump, man? Like, why?
Right.
Why?
He's a private citizen now. It's like he has nothing. I mean, he has like millions. He's a billionaire. You know what I mean? But I mean, he's just a guy now. Like he's no longer the president. He
don't even have his reality show anymore that he had before he became president. So he's not even on social media. So even stuff like, he don't even have the TV show or social media right now. So he's really like, why are you still talking about this dude?
And I think that you made a good point when you said that a lot of people try to look at. They said because like he left about 8:00 that morning. Like he got the hell out of Dodge like early.
Yeah, he dipped out like
way
before inauguration time. He dipped out.
Mr. President, where you at this? He was just kind of like, he was just kind of what's next, and he just kind of just went and he just left.
And of course, like at the inauguration, that's what people were talking about why Trump wasn't there. Because Mike Pence and his wife were there, like the vice president and his wife. Yeah. They were there, yeah. So people said, why wasn't she? I was like, it's probably better that he wasn't there because he's not even there and y'all are talking about, imagine if he was there. That would have been the whole conversation. It's like, look at Trump now, yeah. Trump's salty, he lost this election. Like, yeah, it's like, it'd have been the whole conversation would have been about. You think that Bernie Sanders meme was something that wouldn't have been shit compared to the Trump meme? If Trump was there, like that, he'd have been the meme. People wouldn't even notice Bernie. Like Trump would have been the meme if he was there.
It would have been the meme.
Yeah, real tough.
that's just my whole thing.
There's been some face that he made there that they would have made that into the meme, like Trump.
He good face or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That face. Yeah. But it's like everybody was just focusing on that, and it's like the moments that should have been focused on more so is like as a Black woman, and stop saying Kamala's not a Black woman. She's not an African American woman. It's a difference because her parents are Jamaican and Indian descent, so she's not African American. She's Black though, because I mean, come on, Black people, we can be in other countries, but you're Black though. You're just not American. But I mean, as a Black woman, seeing
why don't use the phrase African American because it kind of it separates. Yeah, I mean, just in general, I don't care for that phrase because it's some shit Jesse Jackson made up back in the 80s. Like, I don't care.
And I'm Black, y'all, and I'm Black, y'all, and I'm Black, and I'm Black, y'all.
I know he made it up, but I give him credit for making it up. It's some shit Jesse Jackson made up back in the 80s. That's all. Look.
But as a Black woman, it was empowering to see that, you know, she's the second most powerful person in the country. She's the VP now.
She's the most powerful woman in American history. No woman no woman has held an office higher than her ever.
And showing my daughter that, you know, like my daughter, like now this is her reality. At 5 years old, she sees a Black woman on TV as vice president. My daughter knows that there's no ceiling now. She knows that, okay, like when I was a kid, I saw a Black VP. I could be a VP. I could be this. I could do it's good for our children to see things like that because before you see someone who looks like you in a position, you can't even fathom that. Like before Barack Obama, you could, at our age when we were kids, little, we couldn't have fathomed the Black president when we were taking the Constitution test in the 90s. We could not have fathomed that, like a Black president, because we only saw white presidents.
Remember when Jesse ran? I know we're making this to a Jesse Jackson podcast. When Jesse ran, like nobody thought he had a chance. Because he ran twice, I want to say 84 and 88. I think he did better in 88 than 84, but like he never had a real chance either time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but seeing that, you know, now you know that's you know, it's no ceiling. So I think that's a great thing for our young little Black girls to see. And even though I know that they were doing the thing trending, I didn't do this because I didn't want to seem like I'm just following because they did the Chucks and pearls. I didn't have any pearls, but I have Chucks because I've always liked Chucks. Like you could look at my old Instagram posts, like when the whole Colin Kaepernick with the Nike, and then they were boycotting Nike. People was like, I'd rather wear Converse, and I'm like, you know, Nike owns Converse. So then, like, I would wear my Chucks just to troll people who was talking about the whole Converse Nike thing. But I mean, I've always worn Converse, and then Ariana has Converse. Like we've always had Converse in my house, so I didn't want to put them on.
The funniest Converse moment to me is her fucking sneaker shopping video. Like, come on.
That's why I didn't want to post my pictures because I didn't want to seem like, oh, you just. So I was like, you can look at my posts. Like we've always wore Converse. Me and Ariana, we've always worn them. So
I'm saying Kamala felt like she had hot sauce in her bag that day. So
I did enjoy seeing the women and. Like a shout out to my AKA girls, you know, I saw them going.
I was happy for them, my AKA.
I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends.
Me personally, I wasn't I didn't get all emotional over that like a lot, but like I have a lot of like some women I know and all the AKAs, like they were like super emotional, like it's y'all's moment. Like me, I'm just like
my good girlfriend, Janisha.
I had my moment in 08 when we got off the plane in Vegas. That was my moment.
Obama, yeah. We was like, Chicago too. He was like, whoa, Chi-Town. Outside.
Because that was mine, because of Chicago, South Side, Hyde Park, which I went to high school, 3 blocks from where his Chicago home was. Like, so that was my moment. That was so like I get like AKAs, okay, y'all having your moment, stroll to the polls, what they said back in the election, Hashtag stroll to the polls. They said like during the election season. So they had that.
My girlfriend Janice put up an Instagram post because she's an AKA and she went to HBCU because she went to Fisk, and she put up she was like first in the yard, first in space, first in the White House, because first in the yard they were the first sorority, and then first in space, Katherine Johnson got them to space because she's an AKA, and the other Hidden Figures women, they were all AKAs, and then first in the White House. I was like, okay, so y'all do have a lot of first, okay? Because Janice put that up. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll applaud you for that. I was like, so I was happy for them to have their moment. I was happy about that. But they should have.
Yeah, we're gonna delve on. We're gonna spin off some more on that AKA shit. Like, I got a whole nother spin off like related to that, but we're gonna continue.
But they should have focused on the positive of that about a Black woman getting it, and then on the other side of it with Joe, I'm happy that Joe finally got his moment because he
ran for president like 110 times.
First of all, he's been in politics.
He's been in Congress longer than I've been alive.
Like 1971, whatever. He's been there for like
longer than I've been alive. He's been in Congress.
Like 47 years he's been in Congress. Like he's been there forever. Like ever since I was a little kid. Like even before like we were born, he's been there.
Because he was a senator for a year before he became vice president. Yeah.
For years he was.
He was Senator Biden before he became VP Biden. Now he's President Biden.
So for him to finally get his moment, it's like if you've been chasing a goal for so long, and then you finally get it, it's like, okay, I'll applaud you. So that's what should have been focused on. Like, okay, he finally gets his moment, and Kamala gets her moment as the first woman and first Black woman, first woman of Indian descent. Like we should be celebrating that. Be happy for them for their moments, rather than look at Trump. You salty now. Like, why are we giving energy to that? Why are we still giving energy?
I saw some of that early in the morning when he was leaving out in the chopper. I saw some of that, like the "Don't let the door hit you." So I was like, okay, I see what kind of day this is gonna be. So I'm gonna log myself off tomorrow.
I did. I logged off. I was like,
I don't need that energy in my life. Like right
now. Like I was off of social media. I was like,
I'm gonna remove myself. Yeah. So.
And then my share of the inauguration that I did see when Lady Gaga sang the national anthem. I saw that.
Yeah, I watched the I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a good portion of it. C-SPAN version, of course. I'm not watching Sean Hannity's bitch ass on Fox. I'm not watching Van Jones cry on CNN.
Jones cry.
Not doing none of that. So I said I watched the C-SPAN version with no commentary.
I was doing a visit with someone and for my job, and then they had on the ABC version on their TV. So that's how I happened to see it when I was doing it.
ABC version is a happy medium. Like they're not too annoying with their coverage.
No, ABC has always been good with their stuff.
They're pretty, as ironically as Fox claims they are pretty fair and balanced on ABC.
They're pretty
going back to the Peter Jennings / Barbara Walters. Peter Jennings, rest in peace. And Barbara just seems like she's dead. She's not though. Yeah, but just
I really wanted to say on Barbara Walters 2020 and just
she should have said it. Yeah, I don't know why she missed her.
I think that she's just too
old to say it. I don't know.
Yeah, she might be in a a lot of people when they get to a certain point they just disappear from the public.
Before we get back to the inauguration, I will say rest in peace to a CNN legend, Larry King. We just lost
Larry King. I know. Yeah. I couldn't.
Larry King. I know he was battling COVID, and at his age, like it's really dangerous at that age. So when I saw he caught it, I was like, it might be a 50-50 chance he don't make it out of this. Like when I saw he had it, and then he didn't make it out of it. So rest in peace to the legend.
I like Larry King.
Back when CNN was still good, Larry King.
he was bald, Larry King, and then even watching like his he always would get the tea on the people. Like I remember the interview he did with Chris Brown after the Rihanna stuff. I remember that when he had him on there, and Chris Brown had his little square vest and his glasses and his little bow tie. He was like trying to look like that with his little, So I watched that, and then Larry King was on The Simpsons. Like he was on there. I can't remember what episode, but I know he was on The Simpsons. They had Larry King on there. But I did like Larry King's show. I did enjoy watching it. So rest in peace. Like lost a huge.
His horn rim glasses, his trademark suspenders. Yeah, you know his look.
Like Larry King, he was somebody who always seemed like 60. Even
he's somebody I learned from. As far as as far as interview skills, he's somebody I've studied. To work, because you just like any other, you got to work on your skills. That's somebody I've studied. I've watched Larry King's interviews to like help my own interviews. I've studied Larry King
because he would get the tea. We were watching last night, a document how it really happened. We was binge watching some documentaries, and we watched about Jeffrey Dahmer, and they showed the clip of when Larry King was interviewing his parents because they had Dahmer's parents on his show, and then we was like, oh, Larry's gone. So then we got a little sad, like watching, like, oh, we were watching that documentary last night. Yeah, but
getting back to the inauguration, which I watched on C-SPAN. So
so I saw the ABC clips when I was doing my visit and everything, and like my only thing that like I said, I kept it super neutral with my post. I only made one post about the inauguration, and my one post that I put on Facebook was, I'm gonna need to get this look for less for Michelle Obama's outfit. That's what I'm gonna need, because her outfit was sharp. I was like, I'm gonna need that look, but I need to, because I ain't got the money that Michelle got, so I'm gonna need that look for less.
And the combined post between me and you about the inauguration was one.
I kept it super neutral. I talked about the fashion, because her clothes.
Mine was.
That's what was trending. Michelle's outfit was trending. Everybody was like, Michelle gonna come back like, I ain't playing with you hoes. Michelle came back looking fresh. She did. Like, all their fashion was nice. Kamala's was nice. Jill Biden's was nice. J-Lo's outfit was nice. Like, everybody had like their fashion.
J-Lo did America the Beautiful.
Everybody's fashion looked nice.
And then she dropped a little Spanish for her people. I think she said liberty and justice was all something like, she said something in Spanish. I think it was something like that. It's like what my Spanish speaking homies were like translating for me. Like, what did J-Lo say? Like, it's like that's what.
We struggle with Spanish like that.
I mean, I took Spanish in high school and I still suck at it. I took Spanish and still suck at it. Yeah, still suck at it. Yeah.
I struggle with it. Yeah.
They had the little girl read the poem. I saw that.
I missed that. I gotta go back.
Got her name, but yeah. Who else was there?
She was a young. They said that she may have been a young Maya in the making. So I was like, okay. I said,
I think she's the youngest person ever had to speak at an inauguration. She might be. I think. So,
yeah. I think I read that. Mm-hmm. And then, the Bernie Sanders memes.
He had oven mitts on and shit.
First of all, it was like those were Burlington / Marshall's gloves. They said those gloves he had.
It looked like oven mitts to me. That's what.
But then he was sitting like this, the way he was sitting with the mask on. They was like, Bernie looks like he just came to the election, and he's like, I still got errands to run. And like the elections was just the inauguration was just on his to-do list. So like he didn't like he was going to be there all day. Like, I got shit to do, and Bernie just.
But I didn't see much of him after it, so he probably did get the fuck right out of it.
But here's how you turn lemons into lemonade. I saw a post that Bernie, because like already people, I saw a crochet doll that someone made of Bernie. I said, how did they make these dolls so fast with Bernie with the bits?
Somebody got too much time on their hands.
The Bulls gave Benny the Bull dressed up like Bernie, because they called him Benny the Bull Sanders, because he had the mask on, the gloves, like Benny the Bull dressed up. And Benny's the best mascot ever, because he did the Bernie Sanders meme. And then
I'll say he's the best, not because of that, but he's just the best. Go ahead.
He's the best. I'm just being biased. He's the best. I think that Benny is the best mascot. But Bernie, I said Bernie is the GOAT for this reason and this reason alone. Because after people memed him, Bernie took that meme and put it on a sweatshirt. And you can buy the sweatshirt, and 100% of the proceeds is going to Meals on Wheels in Vermont. Mm-hmm. I was like, yes, that's how you flip it. Like, okay, like I got memes, so let me make something good of it. You can buy
memes, so let me make some memeade. Memeade.
There you go. He was like, I got this $45 sweatshirt, and all the proceeds are going to Meals on Wheels in Vermont. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. Bernie, he's that dude. Bernie is about that. Bernie always been about that life. Like, he's just not one who just does this. Bernie actually does action. So I like Bernie.
Garth Brooks performed. I forgot what he sang. Like, I'm sure that was a Biden pick. Definitely. I'm sure that was one of his picks.
He had the hat on it though.
J-Lo was probably a fucking Kamala pick. Biden was like, no, I want Garth to sing. I forgot what he sang. No, okay. I know Garth Brooks sang. Yeah.
Didn't Justin Timberlake sing?
That was like wasn't at the inauguration. I didn't watch any of that on the post show stuff.
Or whatever.
About the actual inauguration, like that happened at the Capitol. That's what I'm
at the Capitol. Okay. Yeah.
in which they had like it's like millions of fucking National Guards. I don't know if you saw that shit. It's like the amount of fucking security that fucking place had, man.
Y'all ain't getting through shit.
It's like I ain't never seen this. They had more motherfuckers there than in Iraq when that war was going. Look to me, it looked like it was a shit ton of troops and shit outside of that shit.
If you want to try, if you people want to try it today.
Yeah, it's like so many troops at that fucking thing. Yeah. Because like we know, because they didn't have the crowds like how they usually have, like in the plaza there, like in front of the Washington Monument. They didn't have that. It's pretty much just like who was supposed to be there was there and shit.
Right.
And then like you had a wall of fucking troops like surrounding all of that shit.
Like 15,000 troops out there, I think, or so something like that.
And shit,
yeah.
Like wow, okay. But I saw Harris sworn in, then Biden sworn in. Which is a little like funny trivia questions, like a trick question you can get somebody with. Because like that's how with inaugurations, the vice president is sworn in first. That's how they do it then, the president. So technically, like years from now, is like who was the first president to have a female / a woman of color for vice president. Technically, it's gonna be Donald Trump. Because for about 10 minutes, Kamala Harris was vice president while Trump was still president. And then like 10 minutes later, like Biden gets sworn in. So technically Trump had the first woman vice president. Technically. Technically, yeah. So that's going to be a nice little trick question to get people with. It's like, yeah, technically it was Trump. But like Biden Harris was the ticket, but like the way the transfer of power, because they're not going to do them simultaneously.
Right.
So so the vice president always goes first, then the president. It's always always around noon Eastern time. So like Harris went around like 11:45, which 10:45 our time, and then like 10 minutes later Biden got sworn in, and then at noon is when the power reassumed, which is a cool thing to look at. Which I did from Obama to Trump. I actually started from Bush to Obama because like we in the internet, like Obama to Trump and then Trump to Biden. Go to whitehouse.gov, like right before like noon, right before 11 o'clock Central Time, our time, like 10:50 or whatever. You see like even though like I said, like the way it went down is like Biden Harris was sworn in like with like maybe 10 minutes to spare or something like that.
Right.
So on the whitehouse.gov, it still has Trump and the MAGA and all of that stuff. And then like when you refresh at 12 noon / 11 o'clock our time, then it goes into the Biden Harris. So it's like going to the site, refresh, like watching the shift like from the website is a pretty cool thing.
Right.
The first time I did it was when Bush to Obama. I saw Bush's site, and then at 11 it switched over. Obama was like, okay, yeah, it's like pretty cool thing to see like the site like change like that. Yeah. Because like each administration has like different messages, yeah.
Different messages, so, right?
Like, yeah, the whole Trump, there was like the MAGA and all that they had was up there, and then
like Back to the Future when the stuff changed, and Back to the Future like that, like the book is changing.
Look, paper changing. The Mets are beating the shit out of the Cubs. Shout out Marcus. So that's a little inside joke between them. This is the podcast I wish he would have popped in on and shit like that.
So you in there, that's you. He was so bad, you. About that, he was actually bad.
But it's cool, like so, like if next administration, like just log onto the website like right before the change. It's cool.
Log on and see that. That's pretty cool.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because I thought it went like the instantly you took the oath, but then I went out and said, I still got Trump stuff up. I said, it's not 11 o'clock yet. So yeah.
11 o'clock. Yeah, 11
Biden's actual presidency begins at noon that day / 11 o'clock our time. That's when the actual administration, even though you got to be sworn in before that, the actual new administration kicks off at 12 noon technically. Is when Biden Harris actually like they assume full powers during that.
So people was clowning. They was like, where our stimulus money at? I'm like,
where's that 1,400? I need that 1,400.
Can he sit down? Like damn, it's like he just got in. Like it's going to take some time to like work things out. Like I
think the first his first thing he did was the mask mandate. I think.
Yeah.
The very first order he signed is like so, and all all federal, anything federal, you must wear a mask now. Yeah. I think that was the very first edict he signed was the mask mandate.
We need to get this under control. We get this virus under control. We can open back up full speed with the economy. Because, I mean, we know people are out here hurting in the economy, but we got to get this virus.
Why they asking for that $1,400?
We get this virus. But my thing is about that, it's like, where are we going to get this money from? It's like you gotta have a plan. You just can't pull money out the sky.
It's, people don't know how money works. Like people think the government can just print up money and it's not going to cost. You don't know about inflation and hyperinflation and all of that shit. A little history lesson. Look up Zimbabwe inflation. Like if you get a chance to check that out. How they basically crashed the economy because the president kept printing money and shit. Yeah. So, like, you think The Simpsons with the $1 trillion bill, like, they actually had $1 trillion bills that were worthless because everything, like, you know, when you print more money, then, like, if you were selling something, you just raise the price. That's how hyperinflation works.
So now
it gets like a loaf of bread is like $200, like that. Yeah, like you can't. And then, like, well, okay, if it's $200, let's print some more money. Okay, now it's $1,200. Like, it's gonna keep raising the price every time you print more money.
You can't go with stuff just reckless. You have to actually have a plan, and then
why you got to be real careful when you just handing out trillions of dollars.
And then we know about
money because it can cause a big mess if you're not careful.
And then also with the budgeting thing, it's like we know that we're taxed for a reason. Taxes pay for certain things, and it's like you got to look at what taxes are paying for. And it's like, as a person who is a taxpayer, you're a taxpayer. We're taxpaying citizens, so it's like we don't want to see just taxes keep going up and up and up. We need to figure out other ways because I mean we're getting taxed enough. I look at my check, I know I'm getting taxed. We getting
taxes. Yeah.
We getting taxed enough, so it's like, can we use this money? That's what reallocating funds. That's why, like I said, I don't like the phrase defund the police. I don't like the phrase defund stuff. It's saying I say reallocate those funds. Reallocate. It's like, okay, you know what? I don't need this amount to go to this program, but I can put a little bit less in this program and put more over here because this needs a lot more attention than this one right now. So let me just move some of these funds. I was going to pay this amount anyway, so instead of giving this percentage to this one over here, I'm going to give this percentage to this one. That's all it needs. Like, you need to look at the budgeting, and you need to have a budget expert. And like I said to people, stop listening to people on Facebook. Stop listening to Facebook analysts about finances, because unless that's what they do for a living, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then you buy their stuff hook, line, sinker, and you out there sharing memes and spreading misinformation. So let's stop doing that. Like, let's let real people who know where a budget is.
Getting back to the inauguration, we talked the whole half of this podcast. I thought we were going to touch on it. It's becoming the whole podcast. But getting back to the inauguration, I didn't know we were going to talk this long. But getting back to the inauguration, from the C-SPAN version, I watched all the way up to the the exit walk, which is traditional. But since Trump wasn't there, like Pence and his wife pretty much stood in during the exit walk. They did it. That's when you leave out the other end of the Capitol, like the back end. Walk out to the car or to the chopper, how you ever gonna leave, and then get in and then pull off like they did the exit walk like that. So it was weird that the vice president doing the exit walk was a little weird, but it's like, yeah, you gotta work with what you got pretty much. So I watched all the way up to that. Yeah.
A little thing that made me snicker is the meme where it had Bush, and they're like, one thing about Bush, he gonna find Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
He gonna find Michelle.
Gave her little candies, too.
Candy? What is that? I want to know the backstory with the candy. I want to know the backstory. I want to know. I'm being nosy now, but he always just looks like a little kid. Like, when he sees her, he's like, but he looks like how Forrest Gump, when he was waving, like, he's always, like, just so happy and so excited to see Michelle. So, I mean, I think that's a good, feel to see that, even though, like, obviously Bush Republican and Michelle Democrat, like two different parties, but it's like
that tends to happen like after just like Clinton and George H.W. Bush, they became best friends like after their presidency ended, even though like obviously they ran against each other back in the day, but like years they became like the best of friends. Like Bush and Obama might be like might be pretty close right now. It's like years later because you gotta think about that. Like it's only been 46 motherfuckers that have had that position, so it's like that know what you went through. So like you tend to bond with people that can just have that same experience. There's only a handful of people that have ever done that. Yeah.
Who was president twice? Somebody was president twice because it was like a space in between.
Was it Cleveland? I don't know.
I think it may have been Grover Cleveland.
I think it was Cleveland. I'm not sure.
It's like he won and then he lost. It was somewhere in between.
He's the only president that served 2 terms that weren't back to back. Most presidents have served the multiple terms have been consecutive. I think he's the only one that was a break in between. Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's less than 50 people that's been in your position. It's a pretty exclusive. It's like the members only. It's a pretty exclusive club.
They even got jackets and everything. I had one members only. So that's why typically like a lot of them bond because of that. Yeah, even like y'all have come from different ideologies, but because y'all have that shared experience of being president.
Right. Knowing what it's like to be, and maybe down the line, I'm hoping that maybe Trump can actually join that brotherhood of it. Maybe he'll.
That's my next question is what's Trump's legacy gonna be? Like is he gonna be like the outcast president? Like what's his legacy gonna be?
Who doesn't go to shit?
For future stuff will he be there? Like it's gonna be I wonder what his legacy is gonna be. Like after shit settles down, it's still way too hot right now. But
everybody knows
5 years from now, when shit settles down, what's Trump's legacy gonna be?
Everybody got that one family member when we have the family reunion and they just don't go none of the family shit. Is he going to be that cousin who doesn't go? Like I said, we can think of a couple of our cousins.
Shout out Fees.
Put him on blast. Put our brother on blast right now. But we know the one family member who's not present at the family functions. We know that. Is he going to be that person? I'm hoping that he can, push past that because it is pretty
way hot and real volatile right now. But who knows? With time would pass, he might mellow out. Who knows? I was thinking about that. What's his legacy going to be? Because every president has one. Some are shakier than others. It's like Reagan was Reaganomics. Bush was the wall coming down was part of him, and the Gulf War I would say was Bush one. Clinton was like I did not have sexual relations with that. Clinton was Lewinsky. W was 9/11 / the Iraq War.
W was George Bush doesn't care about black people. He said the worst moment of his presidency was Kanye West.
Obama, obviously the first black president.
Hope. We have hope. We have hope because now,
so all presidents have a legacy. Like Nixon's, unfortunately, is Watergate. That's what his.
I am not a crook. Yeah. I am not a crook. Was his.
So I wonder, when it's all said and done, what's Trump's legacy going to be? That's going to be interesting to see.
Because Mitch McConnell was just too older. That's why Jimmy Carter wasn't there, because he is 96.
Carter is the only other president who wasn't there, but obviously you're not bringing he's an old man. You're not.
Yeah, he's 96. Even though he's still kicking and stuff because they would show him he was still working on the Habitat for Humanity. He's still out there helping to build houses at 96
Carter's
years old.
Going to outlive all of them motherfuckers.
He's still doing it. He still is doing it.
He's going to be the last standing president. He's going to outlive them all, I think. Everybody from his era is gone. He's going to outlive all of them. Gerald Ford's gone. Reagan's gone. Bush is gone. It's they all Nixon, it's everybody from his era, LBJ, they all gone. It's that were around, that were in politics when he was there. He's the last one standing.
The last of the Mohicans. He's still hanging. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy that that when you see that the camaraderie, whenever you look, you see all the old presidents together and doing that. So I'm just hoping that Trump is able to. I feel the positive.
I get why he wasn't there. It's way too hot right now. Yeah.
5-6 years. I would want to see him as stuff because it's you were the president. We could try to act like he wasn't, but you were the president. You were the 45th president. We don't have to like it, but he was the 45th president. So being no, he was never my president. It's yes, he was a president.
And he he left quite a fucking splash. It's
he gotta like it, but he was the president.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
And was definitely one of the most talked about presidents, maybe the most talked about president in my lifetime. Like every day in my timeline, I saw something mentioned about Trump. It's like he might be the most talked about president that I've ever seen in my life. So I wonder what his legacy is going to be like when it's all said and done. It'll be interesting to see. Are they going to build a Trump museum, like all of that stuff? I'm wondering. Like, cause like presidents, they do build the libraries for all the presidents. Like, we got Trump Towers already, so like maybe he don't need anything.
His legacy was pardoning Lil Wayne and
Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. Free Kodak. Free Kodak, baby. So now everybody was bragging on Wayne. You know why? Now you know why he was there with the thumbs up, wearing that little sweater and shit. Like, you know why he was there.
And like we said that back then, we was like, "You ain't slick." It's like you facing a gun charge. That's 10 years.
Wayne could have got because he's a convicted felon. Like he could have got 10 years.
That's 10 years easy, right there.
Like, I'm not doing 10. Like he get on the phone with the president.
I ain't doing 10.
President, he's mentioned Trump in his raps before in the past, hasn't he? I'm sure Wayne is.
Look at the stuff that he did. Like he sold his masters. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we can put two and two together. Okay, so we know you gave Trump money for that pardon. We can put two and two together. It's like you sold your you went to talk to him, you sold your masters, and now you got a pardon. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what just happened.
Let's talk about the presidential pardons, because like Wayne and Kodak were obviously at the top of that list of like names. Like he's 5 people. But former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick got one. What a surprise for me, that got one, Harry O. A lot of people don't know who he is. Mike Harris. Harry O was one of the co-founders of Death Row, which along with Suge and Dr. Dre. He's the silent partner. Like he was the real gangster. Suge was a studio gangster. Yeah, he was a face. Yeah, he was a face. That's why people like Harry O was basically the real life Suge Knight. He was the actual gangster.
Mike played football. He was a football player.
Yeah. He wasn't a real gangster. Like, yeah, Harry O was the actual gang. And he'd been in jail pretty much since like the early 90s when Death Row started.
Like 30 years.
So he quietly funded that because obviously, like, you don't want because when they find all the drug money funded this, and that's when the feds come in and shut it down. So he was pretty much a silent partner in that. Like Dr. Dre and Suge Knight were the face of it, but Harry O was the one behind this. He was the one with the real money. Like at the time, like Suge didn't really have any money. Like, yeah, he was a nobody. And Dr. Dre was he was leaving NWA, so he left. He didn't really have any money either.
He left a lot of money on the table because that contract that what was his name?
With Jerry Heller,
Jerry Heller. I couldn't think of his name.
That contract was nothing. Yeah,
they fucked them. They did.
So Dre, the guy who funded Death Row Records was Mike Harris. That was the guy, Harry O, and that's one of the guys that Trump pardoned. I was like, okay, he been sitting for like a minute.
Let's peel back this layer. So the meme that I saw floating around made me laugh. It was like, so all you people who stormed the Capitol, it was like Trump gave all these cards to all these black people and he ain't giving y'all shit.
All the people I just named were black to us. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, guess who didn't get pardoned? The Tiger King. I'm just saying. He tried to get one, though. He didn't get it.
I wanted him to get pardoned. And let me tell you, because it's like.
Tiger King didn't get one.
I wanted him to get pardoned because Tiger King
he said he had a limo waiting for him so I could leave that. And then Trump was like, nope, you're not getting noticed. So
Joe Biden, let's pardon the Tiger King.
Tiger King got out of jail. I got 2 parts of Joe Biden. Tiger King and R. Kelly. Let's go.
No, we're not going to R. Kelly.
Had to continue the R. Kelly foolishness from last week.
Here's another. Let's pardon Bill Cosby. Let's pardon him.
Cosby, Tiger King, R. Kelly. There we go.
No, R. Kelly. Bill Cosby, because like Bill Cosby is old. He's like 80-something years old. He's an old man. Let's get him out. He's old. And then the Tiger King is just entertaining.
I just want R. Kelly to get pardoned for my own shits and giggles, just to see the internet explode and just the idea of it. I got tears in my eyes laughing at my timeline of R. Kelly if Trump pardoned R. Kelly. Can you imagine this shit? Like what would happen?
My money's telling me yes.
R. Kelly got a presidential pardon. It would have been the funniest shit of all time. Not because I'm like such a R. Kelly, because R. Kelly's trash. Fuck him, yeah. But just for my own entertainment, I don't want to see that shit.
down low.
Yeah, he ripped off fucking Lenny Williams with the
No, but that was funny seeing Joe Exotic not get it. But I really thought that Joe Exotic was going to get his mullet.
He thought he was too. Yeah, they said he had his pardon party plan that he ordered a limo and shit.
Have you watched Tiger King yet on Netflix? Have you watched
it? I still haven't watched that shit.
It's the best. Here's why I say it's the best 6 hours that you'll spend watching bullshit. Like, it's the most irritating.
I watched about 30 minutes. Like the one they said, I got 5.5 hours to go and shit. I guess.
Especially I think when you get to like part 3. Like part 3 is like what the fuck? When you're like, what the fuck? Like, it just starts coming off the rails. It's like you know that this accident is happening. You just can't stop watching. It's like a train wreck. And you just I can't stop watching this train.
I was legit surprised when Joe Exotic didn't get pardoned. Like, I was legit surprised. I was like, he just get a presidential pardon. I knew he was.
He just screams MAGA when you look at him. He just like everything about
he looked like one of them cats that would have been at that temper tantrum. Can you picture him in there with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desks? I could. It's like somebody got to Photoshop his face on that dude now.
Him walking with the podium, like.
Yeah, couldn't you see him and shit doing that? Any of that shit?
But yeah, I think that Joe Exotic. So Biden, can you please get Joe Exotic out of jail? We want to see the Tiger King out of jail, and I want to see his rebuttal of what he has to say about Carole Baskin, like how she got her shine. Now I want to see his rebuttal about all that.
No, she's terrified of him getting out. That's what she definitely don't want that shit. She got the fear of God in there, but like, don't let his ass out. My presidential pardons are all for like entertainment purposes. That's what.
Like, I was glad when Trump did get out Blagojevich. It's like, okay, he was just a little crooked. I mean, he
already got it. He's out.
He got his part. That's why I was happy when he got his, because I was like, Blagojevich, okay,
yeah,
like
that's I was happy, but he got it.
He sold the seed. Blagojevich did what he was crooked. They all are a little crooked. He sowed the seed. What he did wasn't that bad.
Especially here in Illinois.
Right, Illinois, they're all a little crooked. He sowed the seed.
Shout out Jesse and Sandy. Shout out George Ryan. Shout out William Beavers. Like, don't get me started on these Chicago politics.
No Illinois. Drugs, no prostitutes, no killing anybody. He just sowed the seed. Like, it's not, when you actually break it down, it's not that bad, like what he did. Like, it's a little seedy. It's a little seedy, but you know, like, was anybody really hurt by it? So I was glad when he got out, because Blagojevich wasn't that horrible of a governor. He wasn't that horrible of a governor.
He kind of sucked, but.
He got all the children. I didn't like that. He got all the children insured. That's what I liked about it. All the children.
Still sucks. I don't care. I didn't get shit from him. I don't have children, so he sucked. They say vote your interest. I didn't vote for him. He wasn't my interest, so I didn't vote for him. Can I honestly say I never voted for that dude?
With the bad hair.
Todd Stroger didn't go to jail. I don't think he did. He was a little shady. I don't think Stroger ever went to jail, though. I'm just thinking of all the Illinois politicians now. Rahm seems like he should have went to jail. He didn't, though. Doesn't he seem speedy and shit? Yeah.
He knew that this was.
He knew the hammer was about to come down on him.
The balls were going like this, and he was like, "I won't run again."
Rahm seems like somebody that definitely should have did jail time.
He easily would have won that election. He easily would have won.
Alderman Burke, let's go, man. We still got cricket people in the city council right now and shit. Come on. I got people down as I got people down in City Hall. It's definitely
the dailies. Like, we know what they were on some shit. The dailies, we know about them. The dailies.
This was their town, so they were able to bury their bodies.
They were able to move some stuff around, but we knew that they had some skeletons in their closet, and we knew that they had skeletons.
They would have buried them bodies, make them bodies go away, make them skeletons go away,
They knew how to move some shit around. Daily did.
Unfortunately, Blago didn't have them connections, so he went down.
I caught red-handed, hey.
He had them daily connections and shit.
We keep it real on this podcast. Like I said, we from Chicago, and we keep it real about it.
This is the last episode. You know why and shit, too. You know why we got shut down.
It's us.
You know exactly why. Blame it on the dailies. I'm not naming it that. I should though.
So, who do it as a shifted thing a little bit? Who not shutting down? Mr. Steph Curry with the shot, boy.
Back.
Number 2 now on the list for most 3-pointers made. He made his history now.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've always said that Steph Curry, we feel like he's the greatest shooter.
Of all time. And he's moving into that conversation for I say he's top 5 point guards of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Name 5 better than him. Let's try. Okay, Magic Johnson. Isaiah Thomas, like they bought on
Zeke.
I think I would say Curry over Stockton.
I was gonna say, would you say Stockton is better than him? That's what I was about to say.
I would say Curry over Stockton is there. I probably would take Curry over Stockton.
What about Jason Kidd? Would you say that Jason Kidd?
I definitely would take Curry over Kidd. I like Kidd though. Kidd is like my guy. That's the guy from my era. My favorite point guard from my era that I grew up with.
Right.
That's like the age group I'm in is like Kidd is my guy. Yeah, but Stockton, Magic, and and those guys were older. Yeah, but as far as like in my age group, Kidd was my guy.
Yeah,
I'll say Steph Curry is right there. Yeah. Like so, you see, I ran out of people because like other point guards you would name, I'll say, Curry's better than him, but they paid me better than him.
Iverson was a swing. It's like he was better than Iverson. Iverson was a swing.
Curry's better than Iverson, better than Nash, better than it's like now I'm running out. Better than Bob Cousy for all the old Celtic fans.
Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, definitely. Penny, his prime was cut short, unfortunately, by knee injuries.
Penny would have been dope. Penny
could have been like one of the best, but injuries slowed him. Just much like Derrick Rose, injuries slowed him down too.
Yeah. Curry's better than Derrick Rose. Mm-hmm. The injuries stopped his because Derrick could have been, but the injuries stopped him.
Westbrook, he's better than Chris Paul, he's better than I'll piss your husband off.
Piss a lot of people off.
Including your husband. But I'm taking Curry over fucking Chris Paul 10 out of 10 times.
But Steph paid a nice tribute to Reggie. Like when he tied Reggie's shot, they was like, and now he's tied, and then he put up the 3 and the 1, 31 for Reggie. Mm-hmm. He did that. He put up the 3 and the 1 when he did that. And then when he passed it, and then when he passed it on the next shot, then he was like, and then Reggie, after the game, said his congratulations to him. He surprised him during his post interview. And, it was a nice moment because Reggie was like, I'm happy for you, brother. Like, keep on. He said, now you chasing Jesus Showsworth. Now you got to chase Jesus Showsworth.
Coming after Ray.
Now, got to come after Ray.
Mm-hmm. I remember when Ray passed Reggie years ago. And Reggie was calling again. He came over and shook his hand and everything. I remember that when Ray passed Reggie, like, because Reggie was he was at the broadcast table by then. So he got up, like, shook, said congratulations and all that.
Very nice. I like to see that. And then Reggie had his son with him when he was doing the Zoom with Steph. And then he was like, look, he was like, you made, he was like, this right here. He was doing like the shot with his son. He was like, my son, he gonna come for you. He's like, how you feel about that? And then Steph was like, hey, records are meant to be broken. He said that records are meant to be broken. So he was like, I'm welcoming records are meant to be broken. But he's chasing that reality.
Except if it's Jordan's records, then people actually need maybe because we just know too many Bulls fans. That's what. I remember both when Kobe and when LeBron passed Jordan on that list, there was a lot of hate in my timelines on both of them. Because it's Jordan. Like nobody's allowed to be better than Jordan.
It's not diminishing Jordan's greatness.
Yeah, it's just
And then we both know that Kobe and LeBron were Jordan fans. Like Kobe, his whole game.
Kobe batted his game, and LeBron's won 23 his whole career.
LeBron won 23. So we know that
Miami, he won 23 for the majority of his career. So obviously, Jordan was your guy. Yeah.
He influenced both of them heavily. Mm-hmm. We know that. So you can see parts of Jordan, whether you want to admit it or not, you can see parts of Jordan in each of your guys, whether your guy was Kobe or your guy is LeBron. You can see parts of Jordan in each of these guys. Mm-hmm. So, like, why are you mad?
But let's do a little NBA talk since we here right now. Yeah. Once again, congrats going up to Steph Curry. How you think the Brooklyn Nets big three look together? Because Kyrie is finally back in action.
They need to still work it out because, like, they lost to Cleveland twice.
They figuring it out. Shout out Colin Sexton. Yeah, like he been balling out.
They did.
Colin Sexton's been balling out. Shout out him.
Yeah, he was. Because I was in that overtime, he just was going like he could not miss. I was like,
Sexton's been balling out.
He got 2K. He was in 2K mode that day because he was everything he put up was just money. Everything. We was like watching the game, like okay.
He got a chance to be our most improved player this year. He got a shot at being that.
But I did like the whole I think the Nets do have great potential. I think they do, but they still have to figure
Kyrie has to take that. I said that Klay Thompson / Chris Bosh slot. You got to take that slot. It's like I know you used to being an alpha, but you play with Kevin Durant and James Harden. It's like, yeah, somebody's gonna have to give up shots, and it's gonna be you, Kyrie.
And then James Harden and KD has played before because they were in OKC together, so like they already know each other. They've played together before, so. And
they just, no offense to Kyrie, they just better than him to me. They Kyrie's dope, but they're on another level. Like those two guys, I don't think that Kyrie is on their level as far as like play. If you name me like the top 10 players in the league, they both make the list. Kyrie is not in the top 10 to me, right?
Especially KD. Like KD is, like I said, by a lot of people, they're
KD is like might be number one. Like at least like he's no lower than number 3. Some would say like LeBron, Giannis. Like he's certainly no lower than 3. Yeah.
Yeah, KD is like I said, arguably the best player in the league. Arguably.
I said the only 2 I would put maybe and Kawhi, so maybe 4. Like Kawhi, Giannis, LeBron, and only 3 I would consider putting ahead of him. That's the only 3 that I would put up there. Yeah.
Maybe, and that's strong, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But they just have to figure it out because, like, if you could figure it out, then y'all can run the East. Y'all can.
And they still have a new coach like Steve Nash's rookie coach, so he's still figuring out how to be a coach. You know, it takes to adjust. He's still adjusting to being a coach. So. So they can do some damage, and how about the fucking Bulls, man?
I want to say that about our Bulls.
Bulls, yeah.
We had a group text, like I said, we group text with our brothers or whatever, and
it's only time you can get his attention is by mentioning basketball. It's real talk, yeah. Talk about anything else, like no response. You mentioned basketball, like that's how you get his attention.
Our group text, I said, which I like our group text. The other day when they played Charlotte, it was a really good win for the Bulls on the road because it's like
Charlotte's trash, but it was still a good win nonetheless.
It was 5 players in double figures. First of all, 5 players in double figures, over 30 assists. So you're sharing the ball. It was 3 wins in a row. They said the Bulls hadn't done that since 2017. I didn't know that.
Really, since the trade, they hadn't done that.
17.
Or maybe since when Nico had his little like hot streak, but it's been a while since that happened.
Wow. And they were saying that just like the way that they looked out there, like like Kobe was looking like he was learning the point, like he's like making better decisions.
Finally, yeah, because Kobe White hasn't been all that impressive as point guard to me. He's I like him. I liked him better, as the energy guy off the bench. Maybe I'm just used to that, but in the point guard role, he's still he has his good moments and his bad moments right now.
And then there was like another part of it was like he's from Charlotte, so maybe they was like maybe he was
he went to North Carolina. So
yeah, so he was at home. So they were like maybe that was like a big thing for him to be at home and to it's different when you like go home to play or whatever. So, I mean, that was good to see that. Of course, Zach LaVine, Zach is
the truth. Yeah, so y'all can say what you want about Zach, but like I said, nobody has played like this for the Bulls since Michael Jordan. Like as far as like because he's averaging like 28, There's an efficient 28. It's not like it's like not all 28s are created equal. You shoot the ball like 100 times. It's not an efficient 28.
It's not efficient.
Like anybody can average like 30 if you pass the ball a wheel like that. It's like it's not an efficient. Yeah. But like he's averaged like an efficient 28. So like that's a good 28 he's averaging.
And our rookie's been looking good. Williams has been looking good.
I like Pat Will.
Yeah. And then which McCall's been playing better. Feast made a joke saying that Lowry is finally getting that Boylan stench off of him finally.
Because Markkanen, he's been he's low key has been borderline trash since his rookie year. His rookie year he balled out, and then since then he hasn't been the same player. So maybe he's finally getting out of that fucking slump and shit because he's been in that for a while now.
But it's a different, and then like even like the vets are playing like Temple, like the
Derek
vets
Temple
like
was a good signing.
Porter,
Thaddeus Young is figuring his. He's finally getting his. Thaddeus Young wasn't that good last season, so he's finally he finally got his powers back like Space Jam. You remember how to play basketball again? Because Thad wasn't that good last season.
And Otto Porter's been making good decisions.
Because he missed a lot of time with injuries, so he's finally getting off the rust as well too.
So it was good just seeing like our guys be in the games because like here's the thing about a lot of the losses the Bulls had is that they didn't finish. It's like you gotta be able to
finish strong. You gotta finish strong.
In the game and then you don't finish. You have to know how to finish, and I think that once they learn how to finish, they're going to be in a good spot. And
the Lakers blew them out of the gym. But it's the Lakers.
They were champs. The Bulls did come back at the end, but I mean, because like the loss didn't show like what it was like earlier because like they were down by 30 at one point. They lost by like
at
10.
Halftime they were down by 30.
Right, but they lost by 10. So it's like when you look like, they didn't do that bad.
Right, because the Lakers took the foot off the gas at the end.
Exactly, like you didn't see earlier in the game when they were down by 30. Mm-hmm. But they did just play a back-to-back. They like so the Bulls looked tired when they came in there. They just looked like they were just worn out. They looked very tired playing. They looked super tired. But the positive, like I said, is that we do have a real coach. Billy Donovan is a real coach. Boylan, he shouldn't coach anywhere. Like he was horrible. He was a horrible coach.
He should have been a head coach. That was
horrible.
Which is why guard packs don't have a job because they're the ones who hired them. So there you go.
So it's a difference when you have like a good coach and like it's a difference what that can make. And like the Bulls just look like, I mean, this team looks different than it did last year. They look like they're wanting to like be in the, they're looking like they want to be in there. They're looking like they want to do things. So I'm looking forward to this team. Like I think that they do have.
What do they do going forward? That's my thing. How do they get better? Because I don't think the core as it is good enough to like win like to go deep in the playoffs.
Right. So what do they do? One title basically.
So like, who's the pieces that going forward that you really want? Yeah, because I like Levine. I like Williams. White I like in a 6-man role. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at right now. And then like some of the vets, I don't know if you probably swap them out like periodically. I don't know if you keep all those. I don't know if you sign Otto Porter to like a long-term deal, for example. Like guys like that. I don't know if you do that.
They look good. I like what they're doing. They're serving their purpose of what they're supposed to be.
Otto Porter's expiring. I think Thad Young is expiring. They got some expirings. Like so, you could probably like swap the vets out. I guess there's always cats that are like looking for gigs, so I guess you could swap them out. Yeah. What do you do with Lauri Markkanen? He's up for a contract extension next season. What do you do with him?
Like I said, it depends on like how he looks. If he's doing it, if he actually is coming up and doing it, then
let's rephrase. Do you max Lauri Markkanen? That's the question.
I don't think you max him.
That's the question. Yeah.
I don't think you max him unless he just is like he has to like jump like exponentially for you to like max him. If he jumps, if he basically becomes Zach, then yes. If he becomes Zach, then yes. But if he's just playing really well and just continuing how he's been doing, because he has been playing well lately, then I don't think you max, though. I said he would have to jump like and get to where Zach is. He would have to jump to that level to be a max.
Let's see what happens with this team.
Yeah.
But
I feel more positive.
They're figuring it out.
I feel more positive.
I still don't know if they're 100% a playoff team, but they'll probably be like lurking around, like they'll be lurking around, like 8, 9, 10. They're gonna be lurking around there. So I don't know if they're a guaranteed playoff, but they're gonna be lurking around. That's what I see them right now.
And that's a great feeling to have because compared to where we came from, it's good to see. I mean, like you like
hasn't been to the playoffs since 2017. So
you like to see progress. You like to see forward motion. Keep moving. Keep it moving.
Want to talk about some tomfoolery before we get up out of here?
Yeah, real quick, we can hit that.
DaniLeigh, Yellow Bone. You heard that fucking song?
I have not. I think I saw a meme about it though. Isn't she some singer or something? And she was saying,
"You say Yellow Bones? What do you?" Oh, the song is terrible. First of all.
Oh yeah, because she was saying that like I want to make a song for my Yellow Bones or something, and people were like,
it caused controversy on both sides of the aisle of that because of course, like you make a song called Yellow Bone, like people, like, it's not gonna go over well in certain parts of our community, especially. But then on the flip side, people said, yeah, well, they Beyonce and them, they've made the Brown Skin Girl song, and then India.Arie made a song Brown Skin back in the day too. So it's like it's yeah. So I'm gonna ask you as a light skinned woman, I'm gonna ask your opinion about. Well, you haven't heard DaniLeigh's song is trash. Like to me, I said that's why I wouldn't play it because like it sucks. Garbage. I'm offended by it being a bad song, but yeah, that's my thing. So what do you think about
I come into the community as a lighter complexion black
That's woman. What made me think, like harking back to the AKA comment we were having earlier. I knew it was gonna come to this. Yeah, that's why I mentioned we're gonna double back down on these AKA.
As a lighter,
full circle, yeah, we're gonna end it with an AKA conversation too.
As that with the black woman.
A lot of them are light skin, in case y'all didn't know. So
this is how I feel about it, just from my personal experience. I hate the colorism talk. If I can avoid, I avoid it like the plague. Whenever people start talking about color, I always try to just jump out that conversation because I just don't have the energies to talk about it. Because people, you get you get privileges that I don't get because you like it.
Or if you say something, so yeah, well, you would say that.
That light skinned ass would.
Sound like Christophe St. John on the Cosby Show. I expect that answer from a light-skinned chick.
Your light-skinned ass would say that. But whenever I say that, like, can't we all just, basically, can't we all just get along? Like, we're all black. I say that, we all black. We're all black. But I say that, people be like, well, you would. And it's like, we are black.
Not everybody has the same experiences as you.
And I just do this when they go like that. I just do this. Because, it is different plights. Like I said, and I'll just say this real quick. It is different plight. I'm not going to say my plight is more difficult or is different than someone who looks different than me because we all have different
Kendra G or somebody like that.
Like maybe, like I said, for my darker skinned sisters, I said, because I do have several dark skinned friends who have said the plight about, I've never heard in my life, I'm cute for a light skinned girl. I've never heard that phrase. I will never hear that phrase. Dark-skinned sisters have to hear that phrase on not a daily basis, but they hear it often enough where, oh, you're a cute dark-skinned girl. You're cute for that. Which is very ignorant to say. It's a very ignorant statement to say. But then on the flip side, I hear oh, I thought you were going to be stuck up. You're really nice. Like I've heard the stereotype stuff about you thinking that I'm going to be a certain way because I look like this. But then when you find that I'm not, it's like, oh, you're actually really cool. You're actually really nice. And I'm like, why would I not be nice? Well, you look like you wouldn't be nice. I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like,
now you have the preach from Cooley High.
And then I've had a guy tell me that he when I was younger in my college days, this guy basically told me that he only went to date me basically because I was light skinned. And he basically just said that, pretty much in so many words.
I remember a guy telling you one time, you asked, what he looks for. He said, gotta be yellow. Yeah,
he said that. And I'm like,
he said, well, she gotta be yellow.
And it's just so
I got a homie that said, yeah, I know I'm color struck.
It's just so exhausting when you hear.
He's not my homie anymore, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, homie. He used to be a homie, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But it is just really hurtful just hearing that type of stuff. So that's why, like I said, I try to stay out of those conversations. Whenever people start talking about the colorism thing, it's on both sides. Like I said, it's advantage. Like I said, I'm not going to lie and pretend like lighter skinned women, men, period, we don't get certain advantages that people who are darker complexion don't get. I'm not going to lie and say that it's not light skin privilege, because it is light skin privilege. But then it's also things that come with that, because it's like you get like the reminder thing. Like, okay, you might get like where like some of your white counterparts may view you as like, you're a safe Black person. And then they let like a racist thing slip out. And then you're like, oh, but I don't think of you as Black. Really? I've gotten that before. Oh, you're not you. You're not Black. What?
Sound like Pino from Do the Right Thing.
I'm not Black.
Him and Mookie were talking about his favorite entertainers.
Yeah.
But they're not. You know.
They're not. They're not Black, and it's like I'm very.
They are, but they're not. It's like, what do you?
First thing about me, I state, is I'm a Black woman. That's the first part of me, that I'm a Black woman. I don't try. Well, I'm a Black woman first, and everything else falls into place of what I am, because I show up. I can't hide this. I can't hide this at all. You're gonna know which I am when you see me. So that's my feeling about it. I said, but I'll have to hear the song. You said it's terrible, but
yeah. So it's only a snippet. I guess she knew how bad it was because she pulled it like almost immediately from her Instagram feed. Because I guess after she got flamed so much about it, she said, I'm taking this down.
And then people were posting her ethnicity saying that she's a whole white woman, because they were saying she only had like 10% Black in hers. People like posting her ancestry.
Yeah, because that's another thing that she said, she ain't even really Black either. Like that was big. It was like a whole. When I saw that, I was like. But yeah, the song is terrible. That's where I was like, I wouldn't play this even if it wasn't controversial. It just sucks. No, let's wrap this thing up. We didn't even get to talk about Chappelle testing positive for COVID, but let's wrap it up.
They said Fox News put a picture of Bokeem Woodbine just the other day.
Did they do that? Because like people make up shit. Like,
I don't know if that was true, but they did put up Patti LaBelle for Aretha Franklin. Somebody did put up when Aretha Franklin died, and they had a picture of Patti LaBelle, and I was like, that's
well, let's wrap it up before we go on the whole tangent.
Right?
Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. You like what we do? Show us some love. Like our Facebook fan page. Subscribe, share, rate, review on all your podcast platforms. I'm talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? Also your Amazon Alexa devices. And if you want to check us out on YouTube to see what we look like, give us a look. A little something like this. I'll be intelligent. And there that is. Yeah. I should have saved that one for Black History Month, my Malcolm X post. Maybe I'll bring it back. I don't know. But you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And coming soon, under construction now, OzRadio.net. Give you 90s and 2K classics with the bomb, I should say.
And you can check me at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter. SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.